Hey everyone, Jamie Makes here from Misk Paper, and today I'm sharing a flip through of my 2021 weekly planner just for reference, and then I'm going to pull the older 2021 stuff out and update it for 2022.
So my daily task planner is a personal wide planner from Estelle. I think it's called the Chloe planner. It's this beautiful Croco faux leather in a kind of a magenta-y purple color, one of my absolute favorite colors. As soon as I saw it, I think SM Plans has this one, and as soon as I saw it on her account, I had to have it. So I love the bright magenta on the outside, and on the inside it's this pretty subtle like pale pink. So the colors that I kind of incorporated in this album is on the outside, and then a lot of the interior is white, black, gray, a little bit of yellow and gold. And so I have done just a little bit of decorating on the front. I need to actually probably add more, but for now, I just have a few sheets of paper. These were like 4x4 papers from some kit or other, but I thought they were really pretty. So I just slid them in here. I have my business card with my logo on it, and really it's not a functional purpose for this. It's just so you can see my logo, and I like that you can see just my name. It's kind of nice. I just thought it looked really cool in here as a black and white element. I have this little tag that I decorated using some stamps. It has Create on it. It's my thing. And it's again using yellow, gold, black and white. I have this beautiful, beautiful little clip in here. I will make sure to link any of the products that I can in the YouTube description box. So be looking for that. But I don't remember everything off the top of my head, so be sure to check that out. And then I think Laura Makes created this. It's a sticker. I haven't stuck it down yet, but I just really thought it worked well with the colors that I'm kind of going for in this particular planner. So I have this beautiful daisy jelly dashboard that I got from Etsy. And then I have this cloth and paper vellum dashboard. I love the sentiment. I have this exact same dashboard in the A5 size for my A5 planner that I'm not using at all at the moment. But I just love the sentiment so much that I decided to purchase it for the personal wide size as well. I have the 6 clear dividers also from cloth and paper, and what I've done is just back it with digital paper. So there was a digital paper pack that I purchased. All of the papers that you'll see as I'm flipping through this are from the same kit, and then all I did was in InDesign add the like heading categories to it. I just loved this kind of London-y feel that it had. I thought it was really great for fall, and I'm super excited to continue to use it in winter. And so I just love the colors. Everything about it was awesome to me. So I picked that up and used it for all of my sections here, and I'll show you as I flip through. So everything in here at the moment is still from 2021. I've kind of fallen by the wayside using this because I wasn't keeping it up to date, and instead I've just been using a notebook with lists and different things, but I want to get back to using this one. So today my plan is to take out all of the 2021 stuff and put all of the new stuff in for 2022. I think SM Plans is the creator of this specific printable. I purchased the 22 edition, and I purchased the one that is actually numbered. The calendar's already filled in, so that will save me some time for sure, because that was kind of a deterrent to using this in the past, having to like sit down and stamp all of this. And then I have the various month dividers. I really love these. These are kind of, it's somewhat of a plasticky feel. I don't think that if I tried to rip it, I would be able to rip it really easily because it is more plastic than paper. And then I have these month stickers. They're gold foil. They are from brooklyngraceco.com. I got them on Etsy. And so my plan was to just use the same 4 dividers and then just peel up the months and put the new months on as I went, but I'm lazy and decided to just get a second package of these, and I put January, February, March, and April on here. And then probably in April sometime, I'll order another set and put May, June, July, and August in there. And then I'll have a full set of these top tabbed dividers for my planner. So in this first section, it's the planner section, and it's where I am noting down what was done where, what kinds of appointments I have, birthdays, that whole thing. And then I have some things that I have designed myself in InDesign, and it was just a way for me to keep track of what my goal progress is for the specific month, my project progress, my self-care focus, design study, nonfiction book, and scrapbook focus specifically for the month. And then for the weeks, I have these little planners. So on this side of the sheet, I was keeping track of all of the various appointments that I had, which are few and far between. I don't really have a lot of like doctor's appointments or things like that going on. So it was just an easy reference point to have if I needed it, but I don't use those as much. I tend to use this page so much more. So I have a section for my habit focus, which is just reminding me what habit I'm wanting to work on in this specific week. And then the actual tracking for that habit, I do in an app on my phone. So it's just a quick and simple click so that I know whether or not I've done the task. And that keeps me on focus versus doing it in paper. And then I have a weekly task section. So these are the various things that I do every single week. So I put them into their own category. And then after that is just a place for me to list the various tasks and different things that I need to accomplish over the course of the week. Some of it is time sensitive, some of it isn't. And basically, I'm just not the type of planner who can plan out, you know, with a calendar and say, on Monday, I'm going to do these tasks. On Tuesday, I'm going to do these tasks. I wish I could do that, but it seems to have never worked for me. So this works so much better for me in just having a list of ongoing tasks that need to be accomplished. I'm checking them off as they go. I do have a system for of printing onto these Post-its 1, 2, and 3. That's literally just the numbers 1, 2, and 3. And then I write out each day what are the 3 things that I need to accomplish by the end of the day. And I'm pulling the tasks from the task list so that I know that I am keeping on top of all of the various things that I need to do. And I usually have these printed and just kind of hanging out on this back dashboard. Here's the really ugly template paper, so you see what they look like. So basically, I just put my Post-its on here, run this through my printer, and I have 1, 2, and 3, can write them out. And then once the tasks are completed, I just toss them. But just so you know what this looks like, sorry I didn't print any of these beforehand, so it looks nice and pretty, but this is my little template that I run through my printer to get those. And they hang out on this Clear Today dashboard that I got from Cloth and Paper as well. So the next section of my planner is my goals section. So usually I have at the front a list of goals. And again, all of this is from 2021. I need to clean it out, which is my plan for today, and get ready for 2022, even though we're already into 2022, that's fine. So I have things broken out to where I would write the goal. I could do kind of a monthly thing here and then specific tasks here to keep track of my progress toward my goals. Then I have a projects section, which is different from my goals. So projects are things like organizing stuff, putting together like a handmade birthday gift, doing a class, cleaning things. Like that's the type of projects that I kind of that I attempt to keep track of. So I just have the list of the projects, and then I have these little printables where you're writing a bit about the project, or like what the project is, the day you're starting it, the day you want to complete it, and then breaking it all down. And then I do have a spot down at the bottom where I put some sort of reward. So one thing I did accomplish was my mom's birthday present. I started in July, finished it in August, and then I broke down all of the different things that I needed to do in order to complete it. And then my reward was a new Archer and Olive journal. So that is just some of the general projects that I'm keeping track of in the project section. my next section is called tracking. And one of the things that I track at the very beginning is my weight. I'd rather not share that with you guys. But another thing that I do is tracking movement. So my word for 2021 is move. And so my goal has been to incorporate at least 1 minute of movement every single day. And this gives me an opportunity to kind of track that progress and know how well I'm doing and if I'm accomplishing it. So this one I do keep track of analog. Another tracker that I have in here is the list of classes that I'm enrolled in. And then I also have these little breakdowns so that I know what the class is, what the start date is. They look really similar to the other sections of this, but it's specifically for classes. And then here I'm able to like put down the various lessons and mark the ones that I've completed and which ones have still yet to be completed. So that just helps me to make sure that I am going through the classes that I have paid for. All of these are paid classes. Haven't been doing as great at that, but that's okay. At least I know that I do at some point need to go back and look at these look at these classes. Another thing in the tracking section that I have is I am part of the Everyday Explorer creative team. So this is a way for me to just keep track of the various products that I have received and the projects that I need to make as a result of that. And just all of the little items that it takes to complete and submit the photos for the projects that I've done. Again, I stopped doing this in 2021 because life got really hectic, but I want to pick back up in 2022 and continue to track this way. And then the last tracking section in here is a video checklist. So there's all of these things that need to happen in order for one video to be put out on YouTube for me specifically. So this is what those look like. And I will pick that back up again. The next section that I have is for lists. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's just a whole section full of lists, and I put a heading on there so I know what the list is about. But basically these are all of the various things that I need for like around the house or next time I go to the store, so that I remember that I need to purchase some of those things. Lots of different kinds of lists, book notes, non-urgent to-do items, just stuff that needs to happen at a given time. So this section is pretty open-ended. And then the last section I have is for reference. And one of the things that I did was create a meal plan and a grocery list that I can continue to update over and over again. So created these in InDesign, and what I did was print them out on kind of a heavier, sturdier cardstock, and then I ran them through my laminator and cut them down, punched holes in them, and they live here in my planner, but they're really easy to take with me because I just open up the rings and throw them in my purse. And I laminated them specifically because I wanted to use a dry erase marker. And you can see that some of the dry erase markers still on here, but I'm fine with that. It's used. It doesn't need to be pristine for me. But basically it's the case where I would write out what meals would happen on which days and then make my grocery list of items that I need to purchase in order to make those meals. We all know how a meal plan and grocery list works. But for me, I wanted to categorize the store so that all of the same like items would be together so that I wouldn't be having to scan the list over and over again to figure out if I've got all the produce. I have all of the produce together in one section, and that works really great for me. Also in the reference section, I have this little zipper pocket. And one of the things that I do want to create for this is some definitions. I want to do the 7 elements of design and the 4 basic principles of design, 2 things that I learned as part of my graphic design degree. I just want to have them as an easy, handy reference that I can continue to refer back to as often as I need to. Like, these are actual note cards that I use to study for an exam, and I just threw them in here because I wanted to make sure that I remembered the 4 basic principles of design and the 7 elements of design, because as a graphic designer, I really want to know that stuff and be on top of it and be able to speak to it and all that good stuff. So plan is to eventually create some sort of reference sheet to include in this section of my planner. Another thing that I have created and have yet to incorporate is these recipe cards. So I have a recipe, say in a cookbook or on my phone. I would write the name of the recipe and then just put down all of the grocery items that I would need to purchase in order to make the recipe happen. And I wanted to have like a stack of probably 10 to 20 of these of like our go-to meals. So when I'm sitting down to do the meal plan, which we haven't been doing very much because of the holidays and back and forth and all that good stuff, but eventually we will need to sit down and start doing this again. So that I wouldn't be starting from scratch, I'll have some of our go-to recipes, and I can just really quickly jot down from these recipe cards with all of the various items that are needed to make the recipe, add them to the grocery list quick and easy. And I can look here and see, do we have some of this stuff? Great. And I'm only writing down, obviously, then what I need to get. So I like having these here. It's an idea that I have not yet enacted, but hopefully I will be able to do so in 2022. And I just keep them here in this little zip pocket, the back of the album. And then at the very end, I have this little dashboard. Really, it's to make sure that all of this stuff doesn't get too crumpled back here interacting with the back cover. But this right here, what I'm holding in my hands, is actually a placemat that I purchased from IKEA. And I've just cut it down and punched some holes and added it to my album. I love that it's black and white. I love that it's sturdy. And this is where I typically put all of the 1, 2, 3 Post-its that I have not yet used at the back. This is just where I would grab them from and then move them forward into the today dashboard that I have, that's kind of in the middle of my calendar in whatever specific week it is. On the back of the dashboard, I have this adorable sticker that I found at the Little Paper Place, and I love the colors, I love the sentiment, so I just added it to the back here, and it makes me happy to see it there. At the back of this Estelle planner are a couple of pockets, and I had purchased a one-off cloth and paper subscription box, and this came in it, and so I don't really use planner stickers, or I don't use stickers really and traditionally at all in this specific planner, but I have them here just in case. Maybe I'll move them into my sticker section. I'll get more use out of them. Also in that same subscription box was the cloth and paper collaboration with Ollie clips. I just have it back here for reference. And then I have my gray and my yellow mild liners, which I love, and my trusty Sharpie S gel. So that is a kind of quick, not really quick, flip through of what my planner looked like in 2021. And so now I'm going to start taking things out of it and then putting in all of the new empty, ready to be filled in sheets for 2022.
to do a series of planner videos showing how I use each of these in my planner stack, but for now, I've posted a few still images over on Instagram at Misc Paper. That's MISC Paper. For info on the product I use, check out the links in the description box on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Jamie Makes, signing off.